Chapter 1. To those persons who discover my corpse, dear unknown hero, thank you for caring about my physical remains. I have now left this earth, and at the time you are reading this, my soul has re-entered into the space-time vortex of the afterlife and is preparing itself for the new dimension. At any rate, you won't be able to contact me for quite a while. If you can, please extend the following courtesy to my physical body. Rather than leaving it alone to become lonely and eaten by insects, that would be greatly appreciated. I would really like it if you could take my now abandoned remains on a long journey. In fact, for as long as possible. This would actually help my soul's spirit and energy to be fooled into thinking it is still alive and prevent its angst and grief. I always loved to travel. Being still is not a state I've ever actually enjoyed, much while I was alive. In fact, stillness to me is a curse, unless it is to contemplate in peace during meditation. My corpse will appreciate being set in motion via the ocean, for example. So if you could transport my corpse to the nearest coast and jettison my body into the ocean, preferably in a more concise form, or such as my ashes, or, if you prefer, lying down entombed in a box, an eternity box. Inside the box, I would like to have any crystals and gems that were found with my corpse, a container of very nice perfume or incense, and my internet device that was at my side when my corpse was found. Please ensure I am dressed in suitable clothes for the afterlife, a soft white fitted dress, and loose cotton pants with fluffy socks, and a pair of slip-on boots. I'd like to be wearing a Nepalese cap on my head, thanks, and one necklace with a silver cross and jade bracelets on each wrist, no earrings and no makeup apart from a strawberry lipstick. If you can also put a pair of headphones in my tomb and a scented white candle, that will be great. At the time of my death and final exit from Earth, my corpse will only desire to travel into the new dimensions with me, so enabling this to occur in actuality on Earth is a way to give my soul its wish and help me rest in peace. My soul is thankfully entering the quickening, and my physical remains have become still. Becoming still, as I say, is a curse in life because it means we are unable to achieve our life goals or carry out our mission to help with the ascension of mankind, to help others. Movement enables the mind to work with the physical body rather than against it. To suffer stillness means our mind could stagnate and the release of our ideas will be obstructed. Every person has the potential inside of them, as well as a mission to contribute to the ascension, each in their own unique way. I have been in my life a small part of a many-pronged force for needed change on Earth. Within all of my activity has been motion towards cellular change of my own soul's DNA away from its convoluted state into its highest form, which is to express the messages and utmost desires and ideas and beliefs of heaven and the angelic realm and God. My long-life connection with angels in heaven, God and Earth's energetic forces, and the universe is incredible power for good. I have attempted to transcend many human challenges during my physical existence. My physical self was limited primarily by the minds of others who lacked the ability to accept my inner beauty or my intellect. Lack of acceptance was my lifelong downfall. As I'm writing this, my life has flashed past me in my mind's eye, and it's clear how short it was by comparison with the life of a tree or a rock. Its brevity on Earth, however, does not change its importance to its own and humans' ascension, however. Every insight I discovered has now been shared, else my soul could not be at peace, required to move on into the next dimension. Maintaining my soul's movement is my only hope for it to realize its peace. Simply as the reason is, constant movement, motion, and action is required to change old patterns of being and thinking. Stagnation prevents progress from being made. It is stagnation then, and therefore that is at the core of all evil, and all evil that tries to protect itself will also strive to prevent movement. Stagnation, allows for the illusion of control and completion, when in fact completion is a myth, and control is always born out of fear. It is only our perfection into the ways and methods of self-discipline that is required, and clearly self-discipline and acts of self-discipline require us to move and be in motion, physically, spiritually, and mentally to be enacted. Self-discipline requires that we are free of external control and stagnation, and that our sources of action come from within and in our spirit. My soul has enjoyed a constant journey while on earth, but it only briefly touched the human problems and challenges it was meant to. My contribution has not been obvious. At times, my ways of being and seeing, thinking and doing were confused or managed by a defective ego constructed by modern society, where I falsely saw potential for my success for myself and my own life. Against the backdrop of all others' success and wealth and capitalist ideals, the brilliant career, the family, the house, the car, the holidays, etc., I too was a victim of this worthless contest. Few people ever achieve all those capitalist goals in life, but many did, and they were false idols and false mentors and fake heroes. Underneath their success was a pile of treachery, bribery, and lies. Now my life is over. It is clear striving greedily for capitalist goals was never right. It is the path of pure evil to work for success. Success is that which each of us deem it to be, not a state everyone can see. I sadly wasted many years working for money rather than working for love and enjoyment, and had deep greed-based desires to gain money and things for my own life to be more enjoyable. These goals are now over. My only goal is to continue to light up the energy of my spirit, reduce my selfish wants, boost my connection to the source code of the cosmos, and become an infinite being of pure love and light for eternity. Going within and rewriting the societal codes for living has been my constant purpose. I first broke through my self-created illusions of the purpose of life as a teenager, when I discovered the Earth was then under a constant threat from world war, and in particular nuclear weapons. From then on, my program became Earth's protector, and the aim of achieving world peace and cooperation was at its core. Meeting other people from many different cultures and natures then naturally has followed. I was able to transfer some of my enthusiasm and core spiritual fire into my music via being a musician and singer and composer, but even this became too much of a battlefield, and I finally resigned for decades, as though capitalism was more mature than being what I was, a pure soul calling out from heaven, connected to angels and on a path to save the world and all of mankind. Getting a real job and paying my bills was a path I was headed onto, regrettably, to be what my family wanted and what society required, and where I thought I would be safe.